Why did my husband stay calm while a clerk called my name in a busy lobby and handed me papers in front of my coworker? How did one just a friend turn into a legal schedule that started the same day? And what did my husband collect quietly while I laughed and told everyone he was controlling? My name is Dorrigan Ames, but everyone calls me Dory because the full name sounds like a poem I never had time to read. I was 34 then. I worked in customer success for a software company. I spoke on calls all day and I learned how to sound calm even when I wanted to win. Ethan was my husband. He was 36. He was a city building inspector. He liked rules, lists, and quiet mornings. I used to say that was stable. Later, I started calling it controlling, because that word worked better when I needed people on my side. That morning started like most mornings. The kitchen smelled like coffee and toast. 2 mugs sat on the counter, but they did not face each other. He stood at the sink and rinsed his cup right away. I kept mine near me like a small flag. He asked why my phone kept lighting up late at night. He said he woke up and saw the screen glow on my side of the bed. He asked who it was. I said it was work. I said my team was busy. I said he knew how my job was. I said he was acting like a guard, not a husband. He asked why the name Brent showed up on the screen. He said he saw it once when I rolled over. He asked why Brent needed to text me after 11. I laughed. I did not even try to hide the laugh. I said Brent was my best friend. I said best friends did not have office hours. I said Ethan should feel lucky I had a friend who cared about me. He said he did not like the tone. He asked for one simple thing. He asked if I could keep it normal, like daytime calls, group plans, not private late-night talks. I felt heat rise in my face. It was not shame, it was anger. I said he was jealous. I said he was insecure. I said he was trying to cut me off from people. He asked if I understood how it looked. He said he did not want to be laughed at. He said he wanted respect. That word annoyed me. Respect sounded like homework. I said respect follows results, and I had results. I had a job. I had friends. I kept our home running. I said he should stop acting like I was doing something wrong. He went quiet. I hate quiet. Quiet makes me feel like the other person is thinking, and thinking is how people stop listening to me. I grabbed my bag. I walked to the driveway and slipped into my car. The air was cold and sharp. My hands shook a little, but I told myself it was the weather. Brent had already sent a message. He asked if I was okay. He said Ethan sounded like that type. He said some men act nice but want control. I liked the way that sounded. That type. It gave me a simple story. It gave me a villain. I wrote back that Ethan was being jealous again. I wrote that Ethan was making me tired. I added a laughing emoji because I wanted Brent to think I was above it. Before I backed out, I saw Ethan at the front window. He did not wave. He just watched. I told myself he was checking on me, like I was a teenager. I told myself it was proof. At work, the open plan office was loud in a soft way. Keyboards clicked, phones buzzed, people laughed in small bursts. I liked that noise because it made my life feel busy and important. I went straight to the break room. Cassidy was there with her iced coffee and her perfect hair. She asked how married life was going. She always asked like it was a show she followed. I said Ethan was on another jealousy trip. I said he was weird about Brent. I said Ethan acted like I belonged to him. Cassidy's eyes got big in the way that means she was enjoying it. She asked if Ethan tried to tell me who I could talk to. I said yes. I did not say it was a request. I said it like a rule. A coworker named Mina walked in for tea and heard the last part. Mina asked what was going on. I smiled and said Ethan was having a moment. I said some men cannot handle a confident woman. Mina nodded like she understood. Cassidy made a face like Ethan was pathetic. That little shared look felt like a prize. Before we dive deeper into this story, I have one small request. Please subscribe, drop a like, comment, and hit that hype button to boost this channel so more people can discover these incredible stories. I checked my phone under the table. Brent sent a photo of his coffee and wrote that he missed me. He wrote that he hated seeing me stressed. He wrote that if Ethan kept acting like this, Ethan would push me away. I read that line twice. Push me away. It sounded like permission. It sounded like a reason I could use later. At lunch, I posted a story online. It was a casual selfie in the office with a bright filter. I wrote a caption about being lucky to have friends who actually get you. I added Brent's name in small text. I told myself it was harmless. I told myself I was just living my life. A few minutes later, Cassidy sent me a message. She said I should post a photo with Brent soon. Just to show Ethan, he cannot run your world. She used a laughing emoji like it was a joke, but I knew it was not only a joke, it was a dare. When I got home that evening, the house felt clean in a stiff way. The cushions were straight. The shoes by the door were lined up. Ethan had cooked pasta and cut salad. He did not look at my phone. He did not ask about my day. He just set plates on the table like a waiter. He asked if we could talk after dinner. He said it quietly. I said we could talk now. I said I did not like being scheduled like a meeting. He said he was not trying to control me. He said he was trying to protect our marriage. He asked if I could stop calling him jealous when he was hurt. I said he was making it about him. I said he should trust me. I said if he trusted me, he would not need rules. He asked if I would be okay if he had a girl best friend who texted him after midnight. He asked if I would smile and call it normal. I said that was different. I said women always have hidden plans. I said men and women cannot be the same in friendships. I said I knew how women think. He blinked slow, like he was tired. He asked how that made sense. He asked why my friendship was pure, but his would be suspicious. I felt cornered, so I did what I always did. I went bigger. I said he was twisting my words. I said he was trying to trap me. I said he was acting like my father. He stood up and took his plate to the sink. He rinsed it right away. Then I heard his phone alarm from the counter. The screen flashed for a second before he turned it over. It said, "Paper drop 8:10 p.m. I asked what that was. I tried to sound casual, like I did not care. He said it was a reminder. He said he had errands. He did not explain more. He did not raise his voice. That calm made me itch. I went to the living room and sat on the couch. I opened my phone and scrolled like I was busy. I found a photo from last weekend where Brent had his arm around my shoulder in a group shot. I cropped it so it looked like just the two of us. I chose a caption that sounded sweet but sharp. Then I tagged Ethan too, so he would see it and feel it. A moment later, from the hallway, I saw Ethan look at his phone. He did not call my name. He did not come to argue. He simply lifted his screen, tapped, and took a screenshot. The next day, I told myself I was being mature. I told myself I would not fight in the kitchen again. I said I would meet Ethan in the middle. But in my head, the middle meant he would stop asking questions, and I would keep doing what I wanted. I went to a co-working cafe after work. It was one of those places with soft music and long tables, where people type like they are saving the world. I picked a seat by the window because I liked being seen. Brent arrived 10 minutes later with his camera bag on one shoulder, like he had a real mission. He asked if Ethan was still acting weird. He said he hated that I looked tired. I said Ethan was stuck in his jealous story. I said Ethan wanted me small. I said Ethan could not handle that I had a life outside him. Brent nodded like he had heard this before, even though I had never told it that way until recently. He said some men smile in public but punish you at home. He said the worst ones use calm voices so people think they are good. That idea landed perfectly. It made Ethan's quiet look like a trick. It made me the brave one for not falling for it. Brent asked what I wanted. He said I should not live under suspicion. He said I deserved trust. I said I deserved respect too. I said Ethan was acting like I had to earn it again every day. I said he acted like marriage was a job review. Brent said he could not tell me what to do. He said he only wanted me safe. He said if I needed space, he would be there. I liked that phrase. He would be there. It sounded like a clean door I could open any time. When I left the cafe, I checked my phone in the parking lot. There was a missed call with no caller ID. I stared at it for a second. I told myself it was spam. I deleted it and kept walking. At home, Ethan was in the living room with the kids. Noah was building a tower. Piper was coloring with her tongue out, serious like an artist. Ethan looked up and asked how my day was. His voice was polite, like he was practicing. I said it was fine. I said I was busy. I did not say where I was. He asked if I had met Brent. He did not accuse. He asked it like a fact he was checking. I said yes. I said it was coffee. I said that was normal. I said he was proving my point by asking. He said he was not trying to fight. He asked why I could not tell him in advance. He said it would help him feel steady. I said I was not his calendar. I said he could feel steady on his own. He went quiet again. Then he asked if I could come with him to Cassidy's rooftop birthday thing on Friday. He said it would be good for us to be around people. He said he did not want rumors. That last part bothered me because I liked rumors when they helped me. But I agreed. I told him it was fine. I told him he should act normal. On Friday night, I dressed like I was going to win something. I wore a black top and earrings that caught light when I turned my head. Ethan wore a plain button-down. He looked like a man going to a parent meeting. At the rooftop bar, the air smelled like perfume and grilled food. The city lights made everyone look better than they were. Cassidy hugged me and asked if Ethan was behaving. She said it loud enough for 2 people near her to hear. I laughed and said he was trying. I said it like he was a pet learning commands. Ethan heard it. His jaw tightened once. Then he loosened it. He asked Cassidy where he could put the gift bag. He said it calmly. That calm should have made me feel safe. Instead, it made me feel like he was taking my stage away. Brent showed up later. He acted surprised to see me, like we had not planned it. He asked how I was, and I said I was great. I made sure Ethan heard the brightness in my voice. Cassidy asked if Brent was still my best boyfriend. She laughed and bumped my shoulder. People laughed with her. I saw Ethan's face go still. Ethan asked if we could talk for a second near the rail. He asked it quietly. I said we could talk right there. I said he did not get private talks anymore if he wanted to police me. He asked why I was letting them mock him. He said he did not do this to me. He said he did not deserve it. I said he was being sensitive. I said it was a joke. I said if he was confident, he would laugh too. He asked if I would stop, just for tonight. He asked if we could be a team in public. I said I was not going to shrink to protect his ego. I said he was the one making it awkward by looking sad. Cassidy pulled her phone out and said she wanted a quick clip for her story. She asked everyone to cheer. People lifted glasses. I lifted mine too. Someone yelled that love should not be a prison. Cassidy aimed the camera at me and asked what I wanted to say to jealous husbands. I smiled and said I wanted trust, not control. I said men should stop acting like women are property. I said if they cannot handle friends, they do not deserve wives. Ethan stood beside me like a shadow. He did not grab me. He did not shout. He simply stepped back so he would not be in the shot. That move annoyed me more than anger would have. On the way home, he drove like always. Hands at 10 and 2, eyes forward. He asked if I understood how that looked online. I said it looked like truth. I said it looked like freedom. He asked if I wanted to stay married. He asked it softly, like he was asking if I wanted more tea. I said he was being dramatic. I said he always turned things into threats. I said he should stop trying to scare me. At home, the stairwell felt narrow. The kids were asleep. The house was too quiet. Ethan went toward his small desk near the hallway. I followed without thinking, like I needed to see what he did when he was not talking. On the shelf, I noticed a folder with a neat label, Utilities. There were other folders behind it, plain colors, no drama. Ethan slid the Utilities folder back like he did not want it seen. I asked what he was organizing. He said he was keeping the house in order. He said it was normal. He did not look at me when he said it. I said he was acting secretive now. I said he was proving he could not be trusted either. He looked at me then. He asked why everything had to be a contest. I said it was not a contest. I said it was him trying to win. He walked past me and went to the guest room. I heard the door close, not slammed, just closed. Later, when I lay in bed, I heard a low sound from the garage for a few seconds, like something running and then stopping. I told myself it was nothing, and I fell asleep thinking I had already won the story. I woke up the next morning and felt a strange kind of calm. It was the calm you get when you decide you are right, no matter what. Ethan did not bring up the rooftop video. He did not ask me to take it down. He did not even say my name with anger in it. He acted like the house was a place he rented. In the kitchen, he made breakfast for the kids and packed their bags. He asked Noah if he had his library book. Noah nodded. He asked Piper if she wanted the blue cup. She pointed. Then Ethan asked me if I could pick up milk after work. He asked it like I was a neighbor. I said he was acting cold on purpose. I said he was trying to punish me with silence. He said he was not punishing me. He said he did not want to argue in front of the kids. He said he wanted a calm home. That sounded noble. It also sounded like he was taking the moral high ground. I hated that. I needed him messy so I could show people I was the one surviving something. At work, I kept checking my phone. I wanted a message from Ethan that showed emotion, anything I could screenshot if I ever needed it. There was nothing. Brent, on the other hand, sent 3 messages before noon. He asked how I slept. He said he could tell I was carrying stress. He said he wished he could take it from me. I told myself that was what friendship looked like. I told myself Ethan should learn from Brent. After work, I went to the gym. I did it partly for myself and partly because I liked being a little hard to follow. Ethan never came with me. He said gyms were loud and full of germs. That meant it was mine. The gym lobby smelled like cleaning spray and sweet drinks. I saw Brent near the front desk, leaning like he belonged there. He said he was waiting for a client who wanted some filming. He said it casually, like it was fate. He asked if Ethan had calmed down. He asked if Ethan had apologized. I said Ethan never apologized. I said Ethan used calm words like a weapon. I said he wanted to make me feel guilty for living. Brent shook his head and said, I deserved a man who felt proud, not threatened. He said Ethan's jealousy was not love. He said jealousy was control with a pretty name. I liked that. I repeated it in my head. I told myself I was learning. I told myself I was waking up. When I left the gym, my hair was damp and my cheeks were red. I looked healthy. I looked like the kind of woman people believe. I went home and found Ethan in the living room again, but this time he was sitting at the table with a laptop. A spreadsheet was open. I could see rows and columns, but no title. He clicked the screen darker the moment I stepped closer, like the light bothered him. I asked what he was doing. He said he was organizing bills and school costs. He said he wanted to be on top of things. I said he never cared this much before. I said he was trying to prove a point. He said he cared before too. He said he just did not announce it. Then he asked where I had been. I said the gym. I said he could check my membership if he wanted. I said it like a joke, but I meant it as a jab. He nodded once. He said, okay. He did not bite. That made me feel like I had punched air. The next day was Saturday. The kids wanted the playground by the river. I agreed, but not because I wanted family time. I agreed because public places give you witnesses. At the playground, the air was cold and bright. The river looked grey. Noah ran to the climbing frame. Piper headed straight for the slide. Ethan followed them with the slow patience I used to like. Now it made me feel guilty, and I hated guilt, so I turned it into anger. I told Ethan we should take a photo for my mom. He asked why my mom needed it. I said she missed the kids. I said he should stop questioning everything. He took the photo and handed my phone back without looking at the screen. He asked if I could stay close because Piper was fast. I said I was right there. I said I was not an absent mother. A few minutes later, Brent showed up. He walked in with a coffee like it was normal. He waved at Noah like he had always been part of the scene. Ethan looked at him for 1 second. Then Ethan looked away. He did not demand anything. He did not tell Brent to leave. He simply walked to the other side of the playground and stood near Piper. Brent asked if I had told Ethan he might come. He asked it quietly. I said it did not matter. I said Ethan did not control who came to a public place. I said Ethan was acting like a victim. Brent smiled like he admired me. He said I was strong. He said most women would have caved by now. I watched Ethan from a distance. He bent down to zip Piper's jacket. He lifted her onto the swing. He pushed her gently. Piper laughed. People around us looked at Ethan and smiled at him like he was a good dad. That praise did something sharp inside me. I felt like I was losing the crowd without even speaking. I walked closer to Ethan with Brent beside me. I wanted Ethan to see us as a pair. I wanted him to feel the discomfort I felt. Ethan asked if I was bringing Brent into our family space on purpose. I said it was not our space. I said it was the kids' space. I said he was making it weird. He asked if I understood how confusing it was for the kids. He asked if I wanted Noah to think our marriage was a joke. I said Noah was fine. I said kids only suffer when adults overreact. I said Ethan was the overreaction. Noah came over then, holding a stick like it was a sword. He asked if Brent was coming to dinner. He asked it like it was a normal plan. Ethan's face changed just a little. He asked Noah who said that. Noah said he heard me on the phone. He said he heard me laugh. I told Noah he misheard. I said Brent was just visiting the park. I said it in a bright voice, like brightness could erase facts. Ethan did not argue. He simply said we were going home soon. He said it calmly. Again, calm. Again, no fight. When we left, I noticed Ethan's car was parked in a different spot than usual, pointed toward the street like he wanted a quick exit. He loaded the kids in without asking me to help. Then he got in and started the engine right away. On the drive home, he asked if I could stop making him the joke in front of people. He said it was humiliating. I said he was humiliating himself by acting jealous. I said people laugh at insecurity, not at confidence. He said he did not want to be part of my performance. He said he wanted a real marriage. I said real marriages have trust. I said if he did not trust me, maybe he did not deserve me. Later that evening, I met Brent in a parking garage near his studio. I told Ethan I was grabbing milk and a few things. I even showed him a shopping list so it looked normal. In the garage, the lights buzzed overhead. Brent leaned against his car and asked if I was okay. He asked if Ethan was still playing calm. I said Ethan was doing it to look good. I said he wanted me to feel like the bad one. I said I would not let him. Brent stepped closer and spoke softly. He said I did not have to live under a man's moods. He said I should choose people who choose me back. I stood too close. I knew it. I also liked it. Then I saw a small red blink from a car across the lane, a tiny camera light on a dash cam. It blinked again, like an eye. I moved back fast and pretended I was checking my phone. Brent asked what was wrong. I said nothing. I said I just remembered I needed to hurry. When I got home, Ethan was putting Noah's shoes by the door in a neat line. He did not ask about the milk. He did not ask why I was late. He simply looked at my bags, then looked away. On the wall near his desk, I noticed his calendar had a new entry, written in tight letters, downtown 11:15 a.m. I asked what that was. He said it was an appointment. He said it was personal. He said it like a locked door. I went to bed angry, but also excited. Brent texted me again and said he could help me feel safe. He said I deserved someone who did not make me explain my every step. I stared at the message and typed back that maybe I wanted to be reckless. The family dinner was my idea. I told myself it was for peace. I told myself the kids needed a normal table and smiling faces. The real reason was simpler. I wanted witnesses. I wanted an audience so Ethan would behave the way I wanted, or look bad when he did not. We met at a family restaurant with a long table near the back. The lights were warm, the menu was sticky, the place smelled like bread and fried onions. It felt like an easy stage. My mother came first. She wore her supportive face, which meant her mouth was tight and ready. My sister Lena came with a big tote bag and a bored look. Cassidy arrived like it was a party, not a meal. She asked if she could sit near me so she could help. I said yes. Ethan walked in with Noah holding one hand and Piper holding the other. He did not rush. He did not look angry. He looked careful. That look made me nervous because it gave him control without words. My mother asked Ethan how work was, and if he was still so stressed. She said it with that sweet voice people use when they want you to hear the insult. Ethan said work was fine. He asked her how she had been. He kept his voice even. Cassidy leaned toward me and asked if Ethan had stopped being jealous yet. I said he was trying, but he did not understand what trust looked like. I said it loud enough for the table to catch it. Ethan asked what I meant by that. He asked it like a simple question. I said I meant he kept watching me. I said he kept asking about my phone. I said he acted like I was guilty before I did anything. My mother nodded fast and said, a husband should not act like a detective. She said a marriage should feel safe. I agreed and made my eyes sad. It was easy to look sad when I wanted something. Ethan's father, Gordon, showed up a few minutes late. He looked tired, like he had been fixing something all day. He sat and asked about the kids. He kept his eyes on Noah and Piper, not on me. Ethan's mother, Mara, came too, quiet as always. She kissed the kids and asked the server for water right away, like she wanted the table calmer. Food came, plates clinked, people talked about school and holidays. Then Cassidy steered it back where she liked it. She asked Ethan if he understood that Dory had friends and a life. She asked it with a smile like she was being fair. Ethan said he understood that. He said he never told me to have no friends. He said he only asked for boundaries that felt respectful. I laughed. I said boundaries were just control with a nicer name. I said confident men did not need boundaries. Lena smirked and said Ethan should stop acting fragile. She said Dory was social, and that was not a crime. My mother added that jealousy was ugly. My mother said men like Ethan hurt women with silent pressure. She said it like she had studied it. Ethan looked at his plate. He breathed in and out once. Then he asked me, not them, if I could stop letting people insult him. He asked if we could talk about us without turning it into a group sport. I said he was making it dramatic. I said nobody insulted him. I said it was just truth, and truth only hurt when it hit a weak spot. Noah reached for his cup with both hands. He did not look at me. Piper kept kicking her feet and humming. Mara touched Piper's hand and asked her to eat. Mara did not tell me to stop. She simply watched, and that watch felt heavy. Gordon told Ethan quietly that the kids looked tired. He said maybe we should wrap it up soon. Ethan nodded. I saw it. He was taking advice. He was building a small team without me. I decided to push harder because I could feel the mood shifting. I said I was tired of being treated like I needed permission to breathe. I said I had a best friend, Brent, and that was normal. I said Ethan was the one making it strange. Ethan asked if I wanted to tell everyone what I had told him in private. He asked if I wanted to tell them how often Brent contacted me and how late it was. He asked it calmly, but the question carried weight. I said he was twisting it. I said Brent was family to me. I said Ethan had a dirty mind, and that was why he imagined things. I said he sexualized everything, and that was why he felt threatened. Cassidy made a sound like she agreed. My mother shook her head at Ethan like he had failed a test. Lena asked Ethan why he could not just relax. Ethan did not argue. He did not say Brent's name again. He asked the server for boxes. He asked for the check. He did it like a man ending a meeting. That made me angry because it cut my scene short. I wanted a big moment. I wanted tears or shouting or something I could point to later. Instead, he packed leftovers and handed Noah a napkin, like he was still a good dad. It was so normal, it felt like a slap. In the parking lot, my mother told me I was strong. She said I should not let a jealous man shrink me. I thanked her and hugged her, and I let her think she had helped. Mara hugged the kids and told Ethan to call her later. She did not hug me. She only nodded, polite like a receptionist. On the way home, Ethan drove with the kids quiet in the back. I asked him why he had to embarrass me by acting cold in front of my family. I said he made it look like I was the problem. He said he did not embarrass me. He said he was trying to keep things safe for the kids. He said public fights were not safe. I said he made it public first by being jealous all the time. I said I could not protect him from people's opinions when he behaved that way. He did not answer that. He asked if we needed groceries. He asked it like we were roommates again. The next day we went to the supermarket. I pushed the cart like I owned the aisle. Ethan walked beside me, but not close. Noah sat in the child seat and watched both of us. Piper begged for cereal with a cartoon on it. Ethan said no and handed her a banana. Piper pouted, then ate it. At the checkout, Ethan separated items into 2 small piles without saying much. He asked the cashier if the receipt could be split. The cashier said yes. Ethan nodded and paid for 1 pile. I stared at him like he had slapped me. I asked what he was doing. I asked if he was trying to punish me with money. He said he was not punishing me. He said he was keeping things clear. He said clear was better right now. Clear. That word sounded like a wall. It sounded like he was making a plan while I was still arguing about feelings. When we got home, he carried his bags to the pantry and put things away with quiet care. Noah followed him like a shadow. I put my bags down harder than needed. That night, after the kids were asleep, I walked past Ethan's small desk. His laptop was open. The screen showed a blank-looking page with a small notification in the corner. It made a soft chime, the kind you hear when something syncs. The message said a file had uploaded successfully. I did not see a name. I did not see a folder. Ethan's hand moved fast and the screen went dark. I asked what he was uploading. He said he was backing things up. He said it was normal. I said it was not normal for him to hide his screen. I said he was doing secrets now too. He asked why I always assumed the worst. He asked why I acted like I was the only one allowed to have privacy. I did not answer that. I turned it into something else. I said he was acting like he did not care. I said he was punishing me with distance because he could not control me. He said he was sleeping in the guest room again. He said he needed rest. I followed him to the hallway and stood near the guest room door like I could block it with my body. I asked if he was giving up. I asked if he wanted me to beg. He said he did not want me to beg. He said he wanted peace. Then he closed the door, not hard, just final. I stood in the hallway for a long time, listening to the quiet, and I told myself that if he wanted to play cold, I could play colder. I started to feel like I was living with a stranger who knew my habits better than I did. Ethan did not fight. He did not beg. He did not even try to win me back the way I thought a husband should. He talked about the kids' lunches, the trash schedule, and the car fuel. It was like he had moved his heart into a locked drawer. That made me angry in a clean, sharp way. I told myself he was doing it on purpose. I told myself he wanted me to feel lonely, so I would come crawling back. And the more I told myself that story, the more I felt allowed to do what I wanted. On Monday, I met Brent again at the co-working cafe. I chose the same window seat, like I was repeating a safe routine. The place smelled like espresso and cinnamon. People typed and sipped and acted like their lives were simple. Brent asked if Ethan had apologized yet. He said he could not believe Ethan let people talk to me like that at the restaurant. I said Ethan never protected me from judgment. I said he acted calm so everyone would think he was the good one. I said he was punishing me with quiet. Brent leaned in and spoke softer. He said I did not have to accept cold love. He said I deserved warmth. He said I was brave for standing up for myself. I told him I was tired of being called the bad guy for having a friend. I told him Ethan made me feel like I was always on trial. I told him I wanted Ethan to feel a fraction of what I felt. Brent asked what I meant by that. He asked if I was saying I wanted to end my marriage. I said I did not want to end it. I said I wanted to fix the power. I said Ethan needed to learn that he could not scare me into obedience. I said I needed to make a point he could not ignore. Brent said he would not pressure me. He said he would follow my lead. He said he only wanted me to choose what made me happy. I hated how easy it sounded when he said it. Choose happiness, like it was a drink on a menu, like vows were just words you said when you were younger. We stayed in the cafe a long time. We talked like we were the only two people in the room. At some point the line crossed. It happened without a loud moment, which is what I told myself later. I told myself there was no big betrayal, just a choice. I told myself it was a response, not an attack. I told myself Ethan pushed me there by acting like a jailer. When I left, my body felt light and my mind felt heavy. I walked to my car and stared at my reflection in the window. I looked normal. That comforted me. If I looked normal, then maybe nothing was truly wrong. On the drive home, I planned my face. I practiced calm in my mouth. I rehearsed my words like I did for difficult customers at work. When I walked inside, Ethan was on the balcony with a small mug. The air outside was cold. He did not look surprised to see me. He did not ask where I had been right away. He asked if I ate dinner. I said yes. I said I grabbed something quick. I said the cafe was packed and loud. I said it like the details proved innocence. He asked if I was with Brent. I laughed, because laughing was my shield. I said he was obsessed. I said he was still on his jealousy track. I said he needed help. He did not react. He asked again, slowly, if I was with Brent. I said yes, because I would not lie in a way that could be caught later. I said it was coffee and talk. I said he should be happy I had support since he was so checked out. He said he was not checked out. He said he was trying to keep the home calm for the kids. He said he could not do that if every night turned into an interrogation. I said he was the one interrogating. I said he always assumed the worst. I said he made me feel unwanted, and that was why I needed a friend. He asked what I meant by unwanted. He asked if I was saying he was a bad husband. I said he was distant. I said he did not chase me anymore. I said he acted like I was a chore. I said if he wanted loyalty, he should act like I mattered. He looked at me for a long moment. Then he said he would not argue on the balcony. He said the neighbors did not need our drama. He said we could talk tomorrow when the kids were not listening. That annoyed me because it sounded reasonable. Reasonable is hard to fight. Inside, I found Noah's backpack by the door, already packed. Piper's tiny coat was folded on the bench. Ethan had lined up their shoes like he was preparing for something. I told myself it was just his tidy brain. Still, it made my stomach tighten. That night, I woke up to a faint smell of toner, like a printer had been used recently. I listened and heard a soft mechanical sound for a few seconds, then silence. I stared at the ceiling and told myself it meant nothing. People print things. People have work. In the morning, Ethan was already up. He made oatmeal. He cut fruit. He asked Noah if he remembered show and tell. He asked Piper if she wanted her hair tied up. He did not look at me while he did it. It was like he had built a separate lane for his life. After breakfast, I saw his phone screen light up on the counter. A notification showed for a moment. Meeting, personal. No place, no name, just that. He turned the phone face down and put it in his pocket. I asked what personal meeting he had now. He said it was personal. He said he would handle it. I said he was being secretive. I said he was doing exactly what he accused me of. He said he was not accusing me anymore. He said he was observing. That word hit me. Observing. It sounded like a camera in a corner. It sounded like a record. Later that day, I went to the school pickup line. I wanted to look like the stable parent. I wanted the teachers to see me. I smiled too much and asked about the class project. Ethan arrived a few minutes later, parked, and waited at the curb. Noah ran to him first without thinking. Piper reached for his hand too. Ethan nodded at me like I was a coworker. In the car, Noah asked why Dad slept in the other room. He asked if Mom was mad at Dad. I said Dad was being dramatic. I said grown-ups sometimes need space. I said it was not a big deal. Noah asked if Brent was my friend or Dad's friend. He asked why Brent texted me so much. I said Brent was just a friend. I said Dad was confused. I said Noah should not worry about adult stuff. Ethan heard from the front seat mirror. He did not correct me. He did not challenge me in front of Noah. He just kept driving, steady and silent. That evening, after the kids were in bed, I tried to start the fight I wanted. I told Ethan he was acting cold to punish me. I told him he was making me feel alone on purpose. I told him he was pushing me away and then blaming me for looking for warmth. He asked if I truly believed that. He asked if I could hear myself. I said yes. I said he made this happen. I said if he had trusted me, none of this would have grown into a problem. He stood near the hallway, hands at his sides. He looked tired, but not messy. He asked if I wanted to keep talking in circles. He asked if I wanted to keep turning the kids into background noise while we fought. I said I wanted a husband who fought for me. I said I wanted him to show he cared. He said he cared. He said that was why he would not shout. He said that was why he would not threaten. He said he would do it the right way. I asked what the right way meant. He looked at me, calm and flat, and he said he would handle it properly. I thought Ethan's properly line was another one of his calm threats that meant nothing. I went to work like normal and told myself I would win the week with a smile. I even texted Cassidy that Ethan was finally scared enough to behave. She sent back laughing emojis. At noon, my coworker Mina asked if I could run downstairs with her to the office tower lobby because she needed to pick up a package. I said sure, because I liked being helpful in public. The lobby was bright and full of footsteps and echo. People stood near the security desk with coffee cups and badges. A man in a plain jacket stepped toward me and asked if I was Dora James. I said yes and asked who he was. He said he had documents for me and asked me to confirm my identity. I said he was being dramatic and asked if Ethan put him up to it. He did not answer that. He just handed me an envelope and said I had been served. Mina froze like her shoes were glued to the floor. I opened the envelope fast, like speed could turn it into a joke. The first page had my name and Ethan's name. It was a divorce filing with temporary orders listed in simple terms. I saw words about a temporary parenting schedule, a temporary rule for the home, and temporary limits on moving money. It said communication should be through formal channels and that exchanges should happen at set times. My face went hot. I looked up and saw Ethan across the lobby near the glass doors. He was not hiding. He was not smirking. He looked tired and steady. I walked toward him and asked if he was proud of humiliating me. I said he was proving he was controlling. I said he was trying to punish me because he could not handle my best friend. He said he was not punishing me. He said he was protecting the kids and protecting facts. He said he documented the pattern, the posts, the public jokes, the late nights, and the lies. He said he would not argue in hallways or online anymore. I told him it was one mistake and that he was overreacting. I said he pushed me into it by acting jealous. I said any woman would break under that pressure. He said he would not debate my reasons. He said the process would. He said he would follow the temporary plan starting today. Then Mara walked in, calm, holding Piper's coat and Noah's backpack. Noah stood close to Ethan and did not look at me. Piper asked where we were going. Mara said it was time to go with Dad now. A clerk at the counter called out the first exchange time, and my stomach dropped when I heard the word today.